Welcome back to the channel. I'm Eric Pincus, and today we're going to take a look at the Los Angeles Lakers draft pick table. Before we start, please take a look at the description to make sure you're looking at the most recent version of this video. If the Lakers make another trade, I might need to re-record because this will be out of date. Also, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell and you'll be appraised of any of my new content. Also, if you're feeling generous, you'll see the Patreon, Venmo, and PayPal links. And if you're interested in joining my Discord server, hit me up with a message. So let's talk about the Lakers. There is an impression that I've noticed that the Lakers don't have any future picks coming up, that they don't have any draft picks at all. And that's not really the case. Clearly, they went all in to get Anthony Davis and made a massive blockbuster trade with New Orleans Pelicans and gave up a lot of their draft considerations. And that really does hamper the team when it comes to making trades involving any future firsts. And we'll break into that. Some of that is that they owe the picks to the Pelicans or potentially owe the picks to the Pelicans in specific years. And the other is the Stepien rule, which we'll get into in just a moment. But the Lakers have 5 of their next 7 first-round picks. So it's not really accurate to say that they don't have any first-round picks. In fact, the Lakers are likely to have their own first in this year's draft. They only send their 2021 first to the Pelicans if it's 1 through 7. It's sort of a reverse protection to make sure New Orleans gets the best pick possible. If it's not 1 through 7, then it will convey in 2022 unprotected. And so the Lakers will only give up 1 pick over these 2 years, and it's very unlikely that they give it up this year, given that they're one of the top teams in the league. But this ties up both picks for the Lakers, both 2021 and 2022, just on the possibility that it might go to the Pelicans. And then because of the Stepien rule, it also blocks the 2023 first-round pick. Dating back to the early 80s, the Cleveland Cavaliers had an owner named Ted Stepien who traded away a bunch of firsts, and it didn't fare well for the team, and the NBA didn't want them to trade away all of their future firsts. So they put in a rule that you can't have 2 drafts in a row without at least 1 first-round pick. And so the Lakers' 2021, 2022, and 2023 picks are all tied up, but the 2023 pick is also swapped out, potentially, with the New Orleans Pelicans. So the Lakers can't not have a pick. They have to have that pick that year, but it doesn't have to be their own pick. And so if the Pelicans happen to be better than the Lakers that year, they'll get the higher pick from the Lakers, and the Lakers would get the lower pick from the Pelicans in 2023, as long as the Lakers have a pick. And then in 2024, the Lakers owe their first-round pick to the Pelicans as well. But there's a special, very rarely used provision in the deal where the Pelicans can defer the pick until 2025. So the Lakers will either have their own pick in 2024 or they'll have one in 2025. The Pelicans will get one of the two. That's the decision of New Orleans, and the Lakers are beholden to that. And so both of those picks are tied up. And as we covered with the Stepien rule, just the possibility that 2025 might go means that 2026 is Stepien blocked as well. And so the Lakers really only have 1 unencumbered first-round pick in 2027, which is a ways down the line. I don't know what kind of value it might bring, but it is available. The Lakers will have most of their picks. They're going to have 5 of their next 7 first-round picks, but only 1 is really available in trade, and only 2 are going to the Pelicans, although the 2023 is going via swap. And the Lakers can actually swap the result of that swap with another team. So 2023 is still available to swap. It would be the lower pick between the Lakers and the Pelicans could be swapped with another team. I don't know if that holds any value at all. And then 2026, which is a Stepien block pick, can also be swapped as well. As far as second-round picks, the Lakers owe 3 of their next 7 picks. Because of the 7-year rule, teams can only trade away over the next 7 drafts. And so that limits the playing field from 2021 to 2027. The Lakers owe their 2021 second to the Sacramento Kings. That pick was originally traded to the Detroit Pistons with Svi Mykhailiuk to bring back Reggie Bullock to the Lakers, although Reggie Bullock left after a season and the Lakers didn't make the playoffs that year. And then that pick got traded from Detroit to Houston with Christian Wood, and then from Houston to Sacramento to acquire KJ Martin in the draft. The Lakers owe their 2022 second to Washington or Chicago. That pick went out in the Anthony Davis trade, which was a 3-team deal that included the Wizards. Washington has since potentially swapped that pick out with Chicago, and so it's TBD where that pick ends up. And then the Lakers also owe their 2026 second-round pick to the Cleveland Cavaliers. They sent that out with JaVale McGee to get his contract off of their books this past offseason. And so to summarize, the Lakers have almost all of their first-round picks tied up with the New Orleans Pelicans in some form or another. The 2026 pick is technically unencumbered, but is Stepien blocked, and then the 2027 pick is free and clear. But the Lakers will still have 5 of their next 7 picks available to them. And then in the second round, the Lakers have 4 of their next 7 picks. They'll have 2023, 24, 25, and 2027. And so the Lakers don't have a lot to offer in draft compensation when it comes to trade. They have some seconds. They do have a 2027 first. They can offer some swaps, but they're in a relatively difficult position if they need to make a trade. If the Lakers do find that they need to trade a first, they may be able to get the Pelicans to remove that delay on the 2024 first rounder, the one that can also go instead in 2025, perhaps by sending another second round pick. And if that pick went in 2024, instead of the possibility of 2025, then 2025 would be Stepien blocked, and then 2026 would be available. The challenge is that the Lakers wouldn't be able to trade 2026 and 2027 because of the Stepien rule. And so even if the Lakers sent an extra second round pick to the Pelicans to remove that delay, there's still only the Lakers in a position to trade 1 future first round pick. Well, that should do it for the Los Angeles Lakers draft pick table. Please like the video and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell. You'll know when my next video is up. Also, if you're feeling generous, there in the description you will find my PayPal, my Patreon, and my Venmo links. Any little bit helps, goes right back into the channel. Also, if you're interested in my Discord server, just reach out. My name is Pincus. Thank you for watching.